Cancer and Capricorn. Now, this pairing could be a really, really good, really sweet pairing. Actually, it can be one of the best beneficial relationships or friendships, because each person has what the other one doesn't in this relationship. So the Capricorn has something that the Cancer doesn't have, that the Cancer seeks in the Capricorn. And I think it's the Capricorn's strength, their inner strength, their silent strength that they carry. For Capricorn, the Cancer has something that the Capricorn doesn't have, that the Capricorn seeks in the Cancer, and I think it's that emotional strength that Cancers have. However, on the flip side, this pairing could be really bad. It can be really, really bad because these two signs are polar opposites. So they can either attract each other or they can repel each other. It really just depends on any given day, any situation, any given situation. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Once again, that's lamartownsendtarot.com. Check out my Bandcamp, my SoundCloud. Follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/LamarTownsendOfficial. And I think that's it. Oh, also contact me for your own personal reading at lamar.townsend@gmail.com. I charge $1 per minute, and all readings are confidential. I, try and stress that a lot with more and more, especially after having a talk with another friend of mine who does tarot readings on YouTube. She gave me really sage advice, and she was like, stress the fact that your readings are confidential. So I'm stressing the fact that my readings are confidential. Any information shared during the reading, before or after, any information that is picked up during the reading stays strictly between you and I, and it will stay that way, okay? I preserve my readings as well in confidentiality because I do video readings, so the only people that will have a link to that video reading is you and me. So my readings are confidential, people. Alright, enough selling of myself. Let's get straight to the point. Alright, Cancer and Capricorn. Alright, so Cancer and Capricorn. I actually got this. I got a request to do this video on my Facebook page, so make sure you guys really follow me on Facebook because I love interacting with you guys, not only on here on YouTube. Also, I'm like super busy and scatterbrained, so I'm not always able to interact with you guys on YouTube. So you can also reach me on Facebook and like Instagram. So facebook.com/LamarTownsendOfficial. Okay. Someone requested this video. And they were like, I would love to see what you thought about. I think her name was. I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but she was like. Grace, her name is Grace. Grace, hi Grace, I hope you're watching this video. She wanted to know my thoughts about Cancer and Capricorn and the compatibility between the two, because I've been doing a lot of Capricorn videos lately, and I did one on the compatibility between Scorpio and Capricorn. So I guess now I'll be talking about Cancer and Capricorn. Well, Scorpio and Capricorn work really well together because Scorpio gets Capricorn on a level that no other sign does. So watch my video on Capricorn and Scorpio. However, Cancer and Capricorn. Now, before I get into this, I want to preface this by saying, one of my good friends, one of my best friends. However, I have to say that lately I've been questioning the friendship. She's a Cancer. And there are a few people at my job that I know are Cancers. And I had the biggest crush on a guy who was a Cancer. It didn't work out well. But that's the thing with these two signs, is that we can hit it off really well. Capricorn and Cancer can hit it off really well. There can be a really good understanding here. But there are just some really key differences between Capricorn and Cancer that I think can make this relationship sometimes more trouble than it's worth, unless you have a really understanding, patient Capricorn. and a really understanding and patient Cancer. Usually Cancers are understanding and patient, but Cancers are really like Cancers are really emotional, really emotional. Probably the most emotional sign of the zodiac, aside from Pisces. And I'd fair to say that those two, fight for the top spot of being the most emotional sign. However, I would have to say the most emotional sign. I'm gonna have to give it to Pisces because I think Pisces can be very unstable sometimes, emotionally. Not to say that's a bad thing, but Cancers have this very grounding energy to them, even though they can be very emotional and super moody. They have this very grounding energy to them that I think Capricorns really love and enjoy, and I think that's what Capricorns seek in Cancers is that grounding emotional energy that you guys can provide. And I think what the Cancer seeks in the Capricorn is that grounding strength and energy that the Capricorn provides. You know what I'm saying? While the Cancer can be very emotional and get lost in emotion, the Capricorn can, bring the Cancer back to earth and be like, hey, cut it out, stop crying, we're here, let's focus on the present, let's focus on how we can fix this situation, let's find some practical solution to this problem. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why the two get along so well. You know what I'm saying? It's because Capricorn can really help Cancer to get on the right track and focus and be practical and focus on the things that matter. And Cancer can help Capricorn open up more and stop being so freaking closed off emotionally and mean and cold. I think Cancer's really good at coaxing the nurturing, soft side out of Capricorn. Um, Cancers can also be a little bit manipulative emotionally. Um, Capricorns don't like to be manipulated, so I think that can be one of the issues in this relationship is manipulation. I feel like Capricorns are very intuitive, very intuitive. Capricorns know when someone is bullshitting them. Capricorns know. It's a feeling. It's not even. It's a knowing and a feeling. It's like something's not right about the situation. Something's not right. Something doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? That's like a Capricorn's very intuitive. So a Capricorn will know when someone's trying to hoodwink them. They may not know exactly what's going on, but they definitely have an inkling that I feel like I'm being hoodwinked. What's I feel like there's something below the surface that's not really being presented to the, you know what I'm saying? Like there's something more. Um and I think Cancers can be very good at manipulating people through emotions, and Capricorns don't like that. Capricorns don't like that because Capricorns are not very good with emotions, because Capricorns don't really like dealing with emotions. When they do deal with emotions, they would rather not be used, or they would not rather not have their emotions be used for manipulation. You know? Um, Capricorn is part earth and part water, actually. So, and I think that's another reason why Capricorns and water signs get along so well. More so than the other earth signs. I find Capricorns get along really well with the water signs. It's because it's the sea goat. So Capricorn is part goat, part uh, fish, or whatever. I think it is part fish. So Capricorns do have an emotional side to themselves, but they're not as experienced with that emotional side. They're not as experienced they're not as experienced with dealing with that emotional side of themselves as Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio are. You know what I'm saying? So Cancer just really has to be careful with that, with trying to use that emotional side of Capricorn and knowing which strings to pull, like the little puppet masters Cancers can be. When it comes with emotions, Cancers are like that. It's like they know the right thing to press on the piano to get you to feel a certain way, and then from there they act. Okay, he feels this way, now I'm gonna press this button and make him feel this way and this way, and they just like have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's Capricorns don't like that. So I think that can be an issue in this relationship is emotional manipulation and just manipulation, period. Capricorns can also be very manipulative. But Capricorns can be manipulative in a very vindictive way. It's like, if you don't do this, then so and so. If you don't, like, it's like they almost give ultimatums. It's like, and that's the thing. Like, you don't. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to. You don't try to emotionally manipulate the Capricorn, because that's not going to work to your advantage. That's going to cause the Capricorn to um, attack back in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you want to emotionally manipulate me? Let me show you how I can manipulate you. Like, Capricorns are kind of like a puppet master in their own way, in the sense that they can manipulate situations, and they can manipulate people as well to do things that they want to, but it's like a more very strategic, logical way of doing it. It's like a Capricorn will like plan, like, like, okay, I'm gonna do A, B, and C. We're gonna go here. We're gonna talk to this person. I'm gonna get this person in the situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Capricorn, it's like a Capricorn is like the ringmaster, and everyone within the circus, within the ring, is like the Capricorn's little pawn, and he's going to use everyone in the ring for one common goal. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like dominoes, where it's like, okay, bloop, and then like, all the dominoes fall until the Capricorn reaches its end goal. Like, that's a Capricorn. That's how a Capricorn can be manipulative. And for Cancers, I know that can be hell, because that is like, but it's like that's another weird form of emotional manipulation. It's like the Capricorn, it comes off as very cold to the Cancer, and like the Capricorn doesn't care about emotions, and the Capricorn will do anything to be vindictive, you know what I'm saying, and be vengeful, and that's not good. And then we have the Capricorn and the Cancer. It's like battleship. It's like, they're throwing bombs at each other back and forth. It's just not good. So don't be manipulative with each other. Okay, be very transparent with each other. You have to be transparent in this relationship. You have to be transparent and upfront with your intentions, with your goals, with your desires, with the Capricorn and the Cancer. Okay, otherwise it's just not going to work. There's going to be a whole bunch of manipulation with this relationship. Um, if the two signs, the Capricorn man or woman and the Cancer man or woman, are just not open with each other, not transparent with each other, there has to be transparency in this relationship. There just has to be. Because this is a relationship that is meant to be open, okay? Capricorn is the father of the Zodiac. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, a very tough, loving, hard-hitting planet. Cancer is ruled by the moon, a very kind of delicate. It's an emotional planet. It rules the tides of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very delicate, moody planet, which makes Cancers very moody. And that's another thing. Cancers are super duper moody. And by nature, Capricorns are very moody, very moody. That can be an issue in this relationship as well. Is moodiness. Um, when Cancers are moody, they tend to not open up. They tend to be closed off. They tend to go to that Capricorn dark side of themselves. Um, because, okay, so each sign has a polar opposite. We've already established that Capricorn and Cancer are polar opposites. So when a Cancer goes into their dark side, meaning when a Cancer is not of themselves, of their true nature, they resort back to their dark side, their dark shadow, their Capricorn side. Capricorn is very unemotional, cold, unforgiving, almost rude, blunt, straight to the point. That's a Cancer. That describes a moody Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Cold, straight to the point, irritated. You know what I'm saying? Don't bother me. Just, seems mad as hell all the time. Like that's a Cancer who's moody. On the flip side, a Capricorn who's moody becomes emotional, unstable almost, erratic, their emotions go up and down, and they like can't control them. Like that's a Capricorn and his or her Cancer shadow. So each side can revert back to, their shadow side when they become moody. I mean, it's like Cancer is closed off and Cancer doesn't want to talk. And then Capricorn becomes very emotional, and Capricorn wants to talk. Capricorn wants to talk it out. Capricorn wants to figure out the situation, figure it out, find a solution, But Cancer is the sign that I don't want to talk. Leave me alone. I'm just gonna stay in this room, for a few hours, a few days maybe, and I just want to talk to you. And that's gonna agitate a Capricorn. So moodiness is another issue between these signs that can cause an issue. Is just moodiness. Both signs can be very moody and can sometimes be very difficult to deal with when they're moody. They're difficult to deal with when they're moody. They um, aren't compromising when they're moody. Typically, they don't like talking when they're moody or when they're mad. Uh, And that's another thing is that Capricorn, when a Capricorn's mad, Capricorn likes to talk it out. Sometimes Cancer doesn't always like to talk it out, especially initially. Cancer is the sign that sometimes it has to meditate on things and think on things and really see how they feel. Cancer Capricorn is known to be slow, but Cancer can be even slower, and that can frustrate the Capricorn because Capricorns are very fast and like let's move things along. And so for sometimes that can be like too much for Cancer. It's like, well, we're going too fast. I need time to like, catch up and speed up and heal, and I just like I need time. You know what I'm saying? That's Cancer. Um, Communication can also be an issue with these two signs. Communication can be an issue. It's like sometimes these two signs can't find their rhythm in communication. It's like when one steps back, two steps back, the other takes two steps forward, which causes the other person to take two or three steps backwards. I mean, it's like why the person who took two steps forward is like, why are you doing that? And then they become confused, and then they don't know whether they should take two steps forwards or back. They take two steps. It's just too much. You know what I'm saying? It's just like communication. Once again, it's just a thing of being open and honest and transparent in this relationship. Like that's the most important thing is being open and honest and transparent with each other, with how you're feeling, with what you're going through, with what you're dealing with emotionally. You know what I'm saying? I really think this can be a beneficial relationship. It's just a matter of knowing each other's weaknesses and working off that, knowing how to work around that, working with each other as well. Like these are signs that when they work together well. But when they're not willing to work with each other, it's like when there's no willingness to work together, it's bad. It's just like the relationship just kind of sits there, and it's like neither one is willing to pick it up and you know mend it or anything like that. And oh Lord, please don't let these two get in a fight, or in like an argument of some sort. There will be a lot of blocking, a lot of not talking, a lot of slamming doors, maybe even throwing things. Another completely different side of Cancer will come out, which will startle the Capricorn at first, and then will probably make the Capricorn even madder or angrier, or you know it's just not good. It's not good. It can be really not good. So you just have to be really careful of not wanting, not giving into that desire to manipulate each other, because these two signs can easily fall into the trap of wanting to manipulate the other partner, wanting to manipulate the other friend for his or her benefit, and eventually the other person will catch on to what you're doing, and they'll distance themselves from you. um, So this is really just a relationship. It's a compatible relationship, but it's a relationship that it's a relationship you really have to work at, because both signs are coming into the relationship with um, things that the other person needs. Both signs are coming into the relationship with kind of a lack of understanding of each other, and it's like you really just need to um, take time to get to know one another, get to know the rhythm of each other's communication styles, the flow of each other's communication styles. Um, this is a relationship that benefits much more from in-person communication rather than texting communication or phone calls or anything like that, like social media. Um, because once again, these are two signs that you really like. They really need to see, they need to make eye contact, and they need to hear your voice and see body language and stuff like that. Like that, being in each other's presence is much more meaningful to these signs, I feel, than communication over text or whatever. So just be very careful, Cancer and Capricorn, of mind games and manipulation, wanting to manipulate each other, wanting to play mind games. Um, wanting to control the relationship, wanting to exert power over one another. That's never going to work out well. Because people think they can walk all over Cancers, but Cancers are a very strong sign. Okay, let's not forget. I mean, their shadow side is Capricorn. All right, so don't play mind games. Don't be manipulative. Be very transparent and open in this relationship. And I think these two signs, Capricorn man and Capricorn woman, and a Cancer man and a Cancer woman, can really benefit from one another. I really do. It's just a relationship that you will have to work at. It's not going to come easy. It's not going to come naturally. There will definitely be some awkward moments at first where it's like I don't understand. I feel like I don't understand this person. There will definitely be a few awkward moments within a conversation where it's like, you know, it's not really. It's kind of unclear whether or not like the intentions, are coming across like they, are, I guess, or it's not really clear like there's a real understanding between the two. But the more you work at it, the more, once again, you're really going to understand and find the flow of each other's communication styles, and you'll find what makes each other tick. And Cancer is also it may be a water sign and an emotional sign, but it's not one to immediately open up. So I think these two signs can also help each other open up more. I really do think that this can be a very safe relationship, because it's like a bridge almost, where it's like you know the water signs, love to hub together. The water signs understand each other. The earth signs understand each other. The fire signs understand each other. The air signs understand each other. But there's always that one sign on the other side of the bridge that it's like, I feel like I know that person. I want to know that person. I understand that person. I feel like I need this person's energy. That's a Cancer and Capricorn, you know? And, that bridge can either be a very beneficial, lovely bridge, or it can be a bridge that ends up burning. Like, it really is up to the Cancer and Capricorn, okay? You two have a lot to learn from each other in a relationship, and if you can make it work, then I think it's one of the best relationships you could have if you make it work in the Zodiac. Honestly, there's really good compatibility between these two. It's just a matter of getting past those walls that the two tend to put up. Getting past those thick layers of skin that the two signs have built. Up over the years. And just really chopping down to the heart of each other, and the soul of each other, and the truth of each other. So that is Cancer and Capricorn. Thank you for listening and watching Cancer and Capricorn Compatibility. Um, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Contact me for your own personal reading at lamar.townsend@gmail.com. However, you can also contact me for personal reading on my website. I've been getting a lot of I've been getting more contacts on my website for personal readings than I have on my email lately, which tells me that making that website was a good thing. So I'm glad I listened to my intuition. Alright guys, see you guys later. Cancer and Capricorn, keeping awesome. I hope you really benefit from this video. And I hope you are able to, mend a relationship with any Cancer or Capricorn you may have in your life that kind of fell to the wayside, or make a relationship with a Cancer Capricorn in your life stronger. Okay. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.